Space rocket exploding after takeoff in Florida, causing some local science students some heartache. Students at the Minnehaha Academy actually had an experiment on board. Rob Olson live for us in Minneapolis, and this is really disappointing to a lot of people there.
Yeah, hugely disappointing, Randy. This is the third year that Minnehaha Academy students have sent an experiment to the International Space Station. Obviously, this one did not make it. In this case, about 25 schools were sending experiments up into orbit to spend some time up there in the space station. But with that disappointment comes the knowledge that a lot of the learning here had already been done. As the SpaceX rocket left its launch pad in Florida, about 1 mile away, Hazen Mayo was tracking its flight.
We had this great view from a balcony, and it was incredible. She
and another student from Minnehaha Academy had gone to Cape Canaveral to see their hard work finally go into space.
We were invited guests, so we got VIP passes and a nice view from the balcony, buffet breakfast. So it was all really great up until the explosion.
Instead, after 139 exhilarating seconds, they saw their hard work incinerate.
I'm still processing it. It was really disappointing.
We had to 3D print this little box to be able to contain the bacteria.
What made their project such a big deal, in part, was how small it had to be. Under the guidance of science teacher Sam Turfer, they had to fit everything, including a camera, into the box that SpaceX sent them.
Students dream big, and then we kind of bring them down to reality and saying, okay, now we got to think about how this would actually fit.
What they came up with was testing bacterial growth in zero gravity. Spent 8 months designing and building and shrinking.
It's a lot of time, research and collaboration.
Just out of nowhere, it turns to smoke.
This is the third year that Minnehaha Academy has sent an experiment to the space station, and the first one that didn't make it. But not everything was lost, because they say most of the learning comes from actually building the thing.
Getting to collaborate with such bright peers, and it was really unparalleled with anything that I've ever done in high school. And so I'm grateful for that and proud of all that we've done.
Another big lesson here is actually in the failure of this rocket to reach orbit. The teacher told me today, you know, in science and technology, failure is always a possibility here. It's something you have to learn to deal with, and think about the way the SpaceX engineers feel right now. And if that were to stop them from trying to do it again, then we'd have a problem. Minnehaha Academy will do it again next year. In fact, next year they're going to send 2 experiments up to orbit into the space station. Randy, back to you.
Yeah, never give up. Thank you, Rob. Hey, I just talked to